Welcome back to Boostfad Academy Computer Tutorial Series. This is tutorial number 13, where we'll be discussing about creating the folders and shortcuts for the program. So if you remember, in the last video, I discussed about all these icons that we have, like the recycle bins, all these programs. So in this particular video, I'm going to discuss about how to create all these shortcuts, how to make them appear on the screen. So the first one is, how do we create a folder like this one? You can see this folder, Boostfad Academy. So like this one, desktop, Boostfad desktop, Boostfad files. So we created everything. So if you want to create your own folder, how do we do that? The first thing you do is to go to a plain environment. When you have nothing, you right click. When you right click, the computer will bring options. Then you go to new. Immediately it gets to new, you can see it displays of options at the right side of the screen. Then you trace your mouse pointer to where you have folder. If I click on the folder, you can see it created the folder, but the text is highlighted blue, which means it's asking me which name do I want to give my folder. You just go to your computer screen and type the name Boostfad space Academy. So once you are done with the name, any name you want to give the folder, you press enter. So because I already have a folder with that name, that's the reason why that pop up. So let me give it Boostfad Academy 1. So I added one to this one to differentiate it from the folder that is already given that name. So enter. So immediately I press enter, you can see I've created the folder. What is the work of the folder? Just like we have in our offices where we have folder for different files, the same thing happens in the computer system. You can create different folders for different work. For example, I can create a folder for music, I can create a folder for videos, I can create a folder for my personal document, which means anything that has to do with music will be inside the folder I created for music. Anything that has to do with video will be inside folder that I created for videos, while anything that has to do with my personal document will be inside the document folder. So that is how to create a folder. We can also create folder inside a folder. So like this one now, let me open the folder I just created. So how do we open? Like I said, you double click, so it will open the folder. So inside the folder, you take the same steps. This is the mouse icon. You can see this is an empty page. I will right click inside. If I right click, it will bring options. Then you go to new. When you get to new, you trace it, then you go to folder. So you can see it has already created a folder inside. I can name it Boostfad 1, Boostfad 1. Then you press enter. So you can see the folder has already been created inside this folder. Let me close it. Now I've closed the folder. Let me open it. After opening, you can see the folder is already there. So you can create as many folders as you like. That is how to create a folder. Then the next thing is, how do we create shortcuts? That is, how do we pin a program to the taskbar? This taskbar you are looking at, it can be at anywhere, because at times you may get to some computer system and not find the taskbar at the bottom. It can be at anywhere, so you can move it around. You can see, you find an empty space like this, you click, then you drag. If I drag to this side, you can see my mouse pointer there at the side. At the left side, you can see the task, it moves to the side. If I move it up, it will move to the top. So the same thing, so we can move the taskbar around like that. So it can be at anywhere, just like I said. So how do you pin all these programs? Just like we have there, the Chrome, the PowerPoint, and others. How do we do that? You go to the start menu. So this is window. You can see computer write start at that side. You click on it. If you click on it, it will show all the programs that you have on the computer system. If you are having 2010 upward operating system, but if you are having an operating system that is below 2010, like 2007 or 2005, you may see start there, still the same thing. So when you get to the program, you can see, let's take for example, let me take one of the program. Look at this one, Audacity. So it's an audio editing software. If you look at the top screen, you can see we don't have it there. So if I go to that Audacity, my mouse pointer is already on it. If I right click, it will bring option. So let me right click on it. So you can see it bring option. Then you see pin to start. It's asking me to pin to start. You can look for other options. You can see more, pin to task, because this is the taskbar. So if I click on pin to task, it will appear on the taskbar. You can see it has already appeared here, pin to task. The same thing happens if there are other programs. You can scroll, you can check other programs below by coming to this side. You click on that bar. That means then you drag your mouse pointer down. It will be showing you other programs that you have on that. Let me bring Microsoft Excel, because we don't have Excel at the taskbar. So Excel is under Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office is under Microsoft Office that you see Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Office programs. You can see these are all the programs that we have under the Microsoft Office. Let me go down. So I'll locate Excel. You can see this is Microsoft Excel 2010. You take your mouse pointer there, then you right click. After right clicking, you can see pin to start. Go to more. So you trace it to this side. You can say pin to task bar. If I click on it, you will realize that it will be added to the icons on the task bar. You can see it's already there. This is Microsoft Excel icon. So that is how to add a program to the task bar. The same, create the shortcuts on your desktop, just like the way we have Microsoft Word icon, Excel icon, PowerPoint icon. We can create shortcuts for other programs. For example, like this Audacity. So I can create a shortcut also on the desktop. You go to your program. When you click on program, you can see this is Audacity. You click on it. That is, you press down the left button without lifting your hand. Then you drag your mouse to the screen. You can see I drag the mouse to the screen. If you leave it, so the icon will appear on the desktop environment. That is how to create a shortcut for a program. You can see I already have it there. You can move it around by clicking and drag. That is, you hold down the left button, then you drag, so you can move it to anywhere you want to place the icon. That is all about how to create a folder and to create shortcuts of programs either on the taskbar or on the window desktop, just like I created the shortcut of the Audacity on the window background and also the taskbar. So in the next lesson, so once again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share it with others. In the next lesson, I will be starting Microsoft Word properly, where I will be taking you through the Microsoft Word environment, the title bar, the menu bar, the toolbar, the standard bar, and the status bar, including the ruler. All each of these bar, what are their functions, what do we use them for? We have to understand it before you can do anything on Microsoft Word. That's what I will be taking in the next tutorial. Once again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with others for them also to benefit as well. So thank you very much and take care of yourself.